contemplating a little bit about the kind of small turnout regarding the contestant sign-ups for this speech, and I've been thinking about it a little bit, and I thought maybe the people and this group just don't feel like they're funny, or maybe they feel like their life's boring. And I can understand that completely. I remember very well the first time I signed up for a speech, I had no idea what was going on. But when I started looking for it, I found that there was humor all around. Allow me to use a few examples from my personal life to illustrate. First, I'm from West Virginia. People don't usually associate West Virginia with funny, but let me assure you that if you're from West Virginia, you can find humorous material. You see, there are two types of West Virginians. The kind that watches the Jerry Springer show, and the kind that's on the Jerry Springer show. And my mom has done both. Don't y'all talk about my mama. She's done both plenty of times. I do love my mama though. She taught me many great life lessons growing up. For example, every day when I came home from school, the first words that I would hear out of her mouth were, "Hi, sweetie, how was your day at school today?" To which I, as a teenager, would jovially reply, "Fine." I loved her response. Fine is a texture of hair. Now, why don't you tell me about your day today? I knew at that moment that if I didn't begin to spill my guts, that I would have to sit around listening to her tell me about her day for the next half hour. Wah, 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 wah. So I learned how to talk. Little did I know that she was just preparing me for marriage. Oh, yes, I did. Speaking of which, I've been married to a beautiful Mexican woman for 10 years. It feels like 20. Wait, you guys didn't let me finish. I was going to say it feels like 20 minutes of sweet bliss. And I wouldn't trade it for anything in this whole wide world. And I told her that. I just said, "Baby, it just feels like I've been married for 20 minutes to you." And she said, "You are right. It does feel like 20 minutes, but 20 minutes underwater." My wife, she's just like a hot Mexican version of Yoda. She's little, but you don't want to mess with her. I introduced her to my family. You gotta have to know something about her. She's from Mexico City, which is the second largest city in the whole world, boasting of around 24 million people. So when I took her home, you can imagine her surprise when I took her to my suburb of West Virginia with about 15 people. 13 of which were relatives of mine. When my parents met her, they were determined to learn some culture. They were flabbergasted that she was bilingual when we West Virginians were barely lingual. So they started asking her all these profound questions such as, "Did you have electricity in Mexico?"
Oh, no.
"Do you know what a car is? Have you ever eaten at a Taco Bell?" To which she replied, "Do they have teeth in West Virginia?" I had to intervene there. As a matter of fact, we do have teeth in West Virginia. You guys may not know this, but we invented the toothbrush. Had it been invented anywhere else, it would have been called the teeth brush. Let it sink in for a minute. We had 2 beautiful children. 10 years later, we've got a wonderful princess, little, just sweet, beautiful little girl, and a 7-year-old son that's just as ornery as can be. And he loves to help me write jokes. He wrote this one all by himself. Why did the whale cross the road?
Why?
Because he wanted to get a chicken. I'm so proud of him. Well, I could go on and tell you guys stories like this all day long. But the truth is that you guys also can find humor in your lives. So I'd like to issue an invitation. Next time a humorous speech contest comes around, in the infamous eternal words of Yo Gabba Gabba, try it, you'll like it. I'm not done yet. Face it, either you will be funny and we'll laugh with you, or you won't be funny and we'll laugh at you. Either way, you will have been successful, because you will have had a great time and we will have had a great laugh. Madam Chair.